That's horrible. My hips are popping. They're popping. They're popping. Don't come over here, fool. Don't you come over here. Go. No. 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 I'm not calling you to come more. Expression. Go. Please listen to me. Go. 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 Please go. Go. Mace, go. Go right now. Go. Go, Mace. Go. Get out of here. Why won't he respect me? It's okay. It's not what this is about. Second, what's up? What's up? Hello, hello. I know, now my hands all dirty. It smells like dog. I love him. I love him. I do. I love him. Okay. Got my handy dandy notebook. Don't forget to like the chat, you guys. Come on now. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. Let's do a poll. I know he wants to work out with me. I know, but we're not working out right now. Done. I just can't believe that it does that. Like, I don't know why it has to do that. Okay. Hello, Miss Claus. We are making this thing, our whiteboard. I love this thing. In like high school and like pretty much any schools, I'd always get like I said, I have a problem with connecting with people, but I've always been the person to be like, okay, I will take lead on this. And if I wasn't the one to go do that, people would be like, they would be like, can you do this? I'm doing Morse code. Oh, our video's going like a little viral. That's good. How's everybody else's day going? What's everybody doing? Good morning, Superman. Good morning. Hi, Ice Cream. What's up, TWC? Hi, Brad. Thank you. Thank you for commenting for the algorithm. You rock. It is working. I feel like we have hit kind of some little algorithm stream. So I'm very excited about that. I've been doing my best to keep it reined in. So it's exciting. It also feels easy. It feels easy and I feel aligned. I'm so nervous to make this video. I'm so nervous to make all of the videos. Every time I press play, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to say, but I'm like ready to say it. And I hope it comes out right. I know I should have a script. I'm supposed to have a script. I think having a script is great, but I also think knowing what you're talking about and having done the research and actually having the knowledge to pull from, to me, I prefer, but I also understand that being received and what I'm saying is most important. So we will see whether I start doing scripts in the future to help me better serve you guys. I want this bottom part to be free though. I didn't watch the viral video yet. I'll go check it out. Opportunity. Yay. You ate food? Nice. What food did you eat? Thank you. She should do that. What is the pants and low-waisted trend? I think I actually saw my friend do that. Jacob, what's up? I am making a board about the difference between having a yearning and having a desire versus being emotionally horned up, having, being emotionally needy. There's a difference, and I think that people just don't really know the difference because they don't really talk about that kind of stuff in the world. I mean, at least it wasn't talked about in my world, you know what I mean? There's a big difference between there's a big difference between attention, attraction, and love. And I just wanted to get into that because I know that we're gonna talk about I even take notes on your videos, and honestly, there were times that I did. You often bring several insights, no flattery intended. Aw, thank you so much, Plan 3. I appreciate you. I didn't take any flattery in that. I sincerely appreciate hearing that. I have all three for you. Low waisted. I'll look at the trend. I probably won't do it unless it ties in and is aligned with what I'm got going on already. But who knows? Maybe I'll do it and put it somewhere else. I don't know. Yeah. So can you tell me what the difference is between attraction, appreciation, and love? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? Have you ever been in a situation where you confused the two? Did you learn it from reading a book? Or was it a specific relationship that taught you that? You know? Where'd you learn this stuff? All right. Let's do a hand. We're going to do a hand. And then we're going to draw. We're going to draw a little animal with his eyes popping out of his head. And we're going to give him some gritty teeth. He's got some gritty teeth. Where's Gritty at? It's a hand. Oh no! We're gonna talk about it. I'm not a lefty. It's because it's reversed. No, you're too ugly. Shut up. David, look. I bet you have a face that a mother could love. And there's a lot of mothers out there, okay? So don't you give up. The Bible defines love and warns of lust, a common struggle. Yes, yes. Never has a girlfriend. I need to put ink in my printer. Put ink in your printer. Explains a lot. That's nuanced. Attraction is appeal, physical and emotional allure. Appreciation is rather formal or perhaps even deeper and different than attraction. It involves recognition. It does. And value. Appreciation also involves value and understanding and knowing value. And value is different for everybody. Everybody has different value. Love is abnegation. Hello, welcome. Abnegation. TWC, you know I'm not here to satisfy your urges, okay? Are you yearning right now, TWC? Or are you emotionally horned up? Would anybody do? Or am I the only one? All right. Well, I believe our lives are still suppressed, so I will be doing this on a video. We're going to finish the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to write in that or if I am going to... I don't know. Welcome, welcome. Did you know you can correct your phone to the wireless printer and printer? I did. But I'm not good with electronics. Hello, Big Nook. What's up? All right, you guys. Let's see. I think we're almost done. Okay. Hello, VIP. I appreciate you. We've come a long way, haven't we? Although I feel a little silly of all of the things that I set up and exposed, I feel like it was all part of the journey, and I feel like we're so much more aligned. I hope you guys can hear me. I restarted it in hopes that you could. I got a call. I keep getting a call from this freaking my daughter has eczema, and they've been giving her this medication each month, and it has not been working. So I decided we are not going to do it anymore. We decided that we aren't going to do it anymore. So, you know, by I love that you said that. I love that you said that, Anna. By agnation, I know I didn't say that right, probably. I mean, love involves self-sacrifice, making significant efforts for the sake of loved ones. So it's a strong and genuine feeling rooted in a deep bond with specific persons. I love how you worded that because I didn't touch on that, but I definitely think that that is really important because you should not have to sacrifice to receive love. And I think that a lot of people, especially with attachment wounds, grew up knowing that kind of love that pushed them into survival mode. And, you know, it's hard because, like, you think we should be sacrificing things, but we tend to sacrifice more than we should, or the wrong things. I'm trying to choose my words really carefully because there's transaction. Love is a transaction. Love is a business. A connection is a business. We all have needs, and we want a win-win. Anybody that doesn't want to talk about a win-win, doesn't want to discuss your needs, hear your needs, someone that you don't feel comfortable or things like that. There's people that I have in my life right now that I haven't had talks of what their needs are, what my needs are, and just because I don't feel comfortable because I don't want to provide any pressure. And I even those relationships, I'm like, how secure is that relationship if you can't have those conversations? Because you should have those conversations as soon as possible. You know, whether it be friend or romantic or a business partner, whatever it is, those should be something that you can and feel open to discussing. But a lot of people, I think, don't even want to try love because they've only really known the sacrificial love and the sacrifice, especially, you know, men and women both make different sacrifices. And you can see a lot of families not making it because of those sacrifices. You can see a lot of children going without love and protection and nourishment and nurturing because of the sacrifices. So, yeah, I hope that came across right. But anyways, I love you guys. I am going to work on the end of this little bit. I guess I can still do it on here. Okay. It's so crazy because I come across a lot of couples, you know, and I'm like, I'm an attractive woman. I'm not. I'd have to be like dumb to not, even when I don't feel it, you know. So I have the awareness. So sometimes I do struggle in my relationships with people in partnerships because their partnership is not secure. Either one of them is secure and the other's not, or they're both insecure, or you know, I think maybe, you know, like secure relationships, when I do make friends with people that are in secure relationships, it just feels so, it feels like you get double, you know. But to have relationships with people that are in insecure relationships um is really really challenging, you know. So it's funny because I love, you know, I love my friends, and I respect my friends, and I respect my friends' relationships. I want the best for my friends and my friends to relationships to work out and things like that. But there's been times where, you know, I can tell if I have a girlfriend, maybe I get pushed out the door, you know, quicker if I look a little nice, or um, I don't get invited to things, um, you know, or versus girlfriends that I've had that were secure, or at least more secure in that aspect. Uh, they're like, "Isn't she freaking cute? Oh, look, you're blushing," you know, teasing their man, and like, it, I'd I'd be like included into the love. There was like more to give. Um, but the relationships with couples, like if I befriend a man that's in a relationship, it's very difficult. um he has to have, you know, strong boundaries and uh you know, respect. That's a big one. And you know, hearing this things, it's so hard to be able to be a friend and have the other perspective, you know, because I've been in a relationship, you know, I've been the woman in a relationship and had a man, and the disconnect to be clearly right there. It's like, if you could just, did you try communicating? Um, but then it ends with me getting blocked, you know, or abandoned, or pushed out, and I always am very both happy and saddened. I'm happy because obviously that must have been a move that you guys needed to make for whatever reasons. Um, you couldn't get past an attraction that was there. Uh, but just because an attraction isn't, like, is present, doesn't mean that appreciation and love can't be there. You know, you can feel an attraction and not act on it. You can appreciate and love somebody even if you're attracted to them, and not it go, you know, cross the lines of the appreciation or respect or things like that. But that's very challenging for humans. These three notations: attraction, appreciation, and love. Where have you been? I don't know. These three notations: attraction, appreciation, and love, give a lot to talk about. Attraction makes some people do crazy things, including sacrifices. Yes, attraction does. It does. It makes you do a lot of things, and sacrifices would definitely be under the attraction category for my, uh, you know. Appreciation seems more detached. I agree. Love is deeper. Yeah, love transcends all of them. What's up, Superman? Yeah, you know, I had an interaction recently, not too recently, but um attraction is like polar. There's opposites. There's things that attract you to a person, and I feel like those things are to really tell you about yourself more so, because there's been times where I was attracted to somebody, but would I actually want to be with them in a physical or relationship sense? Hell no. You know what I mean? So just because you're attracted to somebody doesn't mean that it has to be more than appreciating the fact that there's something out, like there's something in you that's being brought out. There's something in you that's unmet. There's something in you that needs a little bit more understanding, you know? But it's for the people in the relationships to ultimately decide those type of things. And you know, like I was getting kind of close with one of my male friends like a couple years ago, and their relationship was already in disarray a bit, and I could see that there was so much drain and strain in both of them, because then, you know, the girlfriend had tried to, you know, said that she also cared about me, and it was going to be like, we're all going to hang out and it was going to be a good time. And uh, we were communicating daily, because I'm very like very curious person. I'm super curious. I, especially when it comes to relationship type things and connection and things, I'm very curious. And so I would be talking to him and I would be talking to her, and I would just be asking them questions about themselves, about how they regulate. You know, me and him would go over like grounding practices, and she was being overwhelmed and strained because of the enormous amount of responsibility on her. And he was being really strained from his demons and the avoidance and the substances and things that were taking him further from himself. And getting to hear about their past like experiences and lives really was like, there's so many pieces to this puzzle, and you guys are a great family, and it's so, it matters, you know? So I really hope that they got stronger and stuff after the detachment happened. I do still see, you know, every now and then hey, love the content still, but it's very you know, you're not supposed to even see my content. Like, you gotta respect your partners. It's important. But I wasn't the problem. I wasn't the problem. The attraction that was there. It was there. There was attraction there. I'm upfront. I'm gonna tell you. Look, we're attractive individuals. That's a thing. There's a reason. That don't mean that I'm gonna compromise my morals or try to disrespect your household because of that. But that I can understand that being a concern, and if that's a risk, all right. If the reward, you didn't see the reward, and there's deeper things here that you guys aren't addressing, you guys need to co-regulate. There's no co-regulation going on. You guys have both expressed that need and desire and talked about, you know, so I really hope that they continue down that path, because that was my only intention there, and I did genuinely care about them. And more recently, you know, somebody had asked me to hang out or, you know, connect, and I was very unsure, but also know that I do respect unionships, and if other unionships respect them, like their own situation, then I would love to be able to get closer to people that are in couples, especially that have some type of turbulence, because it doesn't serve like men to be consuming. You guys need regulation and space and processing time. I get if it's an entertainment, you know, and it's just another scroll, but there's things that there's unmet needs. I'm recognizing a lot of unmet needs, and I can't meet them, you know, I can maybe shine a light like, hey, that deserves your attention more. You deserve that, and your partner and family and household deserve that. I'm over here rambling, totally rambling. I'm sorry, you guys. I like your wisdom. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dean. Hi, full disclaimer, she's never going to be interested or date anybody on here, and all your donations are just going towards her bank account. You're not courting, you're just donating. Vaughn Gray. Thank you so much for bringing this up. I appreciate this. First off, if my crush is secretly in here, hello. You frustrate me. Second off, I don't know what makes you guys think that I'm getting like cashed out left and right. But for this reason, and also I thought I like this. This is something that I like. I did change my throne. It is in my bio, and I have adjusted it to where it's gonna have a leaderboard. So if you would like to get in on the leaderboard or be the first to, you know, be on there, it will show what, you know, you can put anonymous if you want to gift anonymous, but you can buy me like a coffee, or if you'd like a drawing done, I can do a drawing and make a video. I don't know if you guys have seen my artwork, but I do artwork. So when you say it goes towards my bank account, I need you to understand that my bank accounts are in the negative. I am a cash girly right now, and I'm working my way up to financial security. I don't make enough to pay my bills on time or feed my children. It doesn't go into my bank account. It goes into my children's bellies. So thank you for that. But anyways, Throne, if you'd like to buy me a coffee or just send a sweet thank you or anything like that, it will show it. So then also people can see, look, this might happen once every 3 to 5 months. But yes, that is not courting. If you want to give out of the kindness and love of your heart, I appreciate that. But there are people who have stuck by me for literally years and years on multiple platforms, that their love is and support means so much. You do not have to give anything to me. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to give. And I especially don't want anybody to feel like if I give her this, then I'm going to get something, because that's not cool. That's not giving out of love. That's giving to get something. I wouldn't recommend doing that anywhere. But yeah, it'd be exciting to see the leaderboard. It'll also show like your name, and if you want to send me a message, you have the ability to send me a message. You can be anonymous if you want, but I don't think that you get on the leaderboard if you're anonymous. I like those kind of things. So yeah. Would you ever interview a psychologist on your stream? I would, John Doe. I would. That would be so interesting. And it's so funny. I've been watching, like, you know, Adam and Teal and getting through more people. And I'm like, what interviews am I going to do? I'm already planning some interviews. I already have some interviews already planned out and lined up. It's just a matter of, are we going to do this? It's just a matter of, am I going to get this board done and write down and not get caught yapping and stuff? But I also have been like, maybe I'll get Adam to, you know, interview me because he sometimes has people on there. I don't know, just dreams in the early phases. I just feel like I said, I do feel a little embarrassed of how I went on, how I was trauma dumping. Do not confuse trauma dumping for vulnerability and getting close. But online, like those years. But I feel like it's so, like, the lore in there. Like, you missed so much lore. Some people know way too much about me on the internet, which I will not have happen again. But yeah. About the difference between attraction, appreciation, and love, I get you. When I was in high school, girls often said I was handsome, but they weren't interested in being in a relationship with me. Yeah, just like that, you know?
And the same thing, like people having crushes and stuff. Like a crush to me is a chemical reaction. It's a chemical reaction. Something in you is sparked, and Carl Jung says two meeting personalities is like two chemicals meeting. If there is any reaction, both are changed forever. And attraction fades. You know, attraction, once it reaches a certain thing, it reaches a certain level and it can dissipate. It can disappear. It can be fleeting. You know, the dopamine runs out. And I think that that's where the difference comes from, is there being love and appreciation. One that runs out, you know, because attraction, you can continue to you're going to grow and change. The people that you're around is going to grow and change. The attraction can and will come back. It's just making that effort to come back. So I'm glad you appreciate it, but the message really wasn't for you. It was for the men. Yes, men, don't give, you know, in hopes of getting something that is not good for you. But if you would like to spoil me, or if you would like to put a little smile on my face and have me staring at my phone like, oh, thank you, then my throne is in my bio, and yeah, I'm excited for that. So I didn't even talk about it because I don't talk about that very often. But we all need a Von Gray in our comment section. Gotta look out for the men. It's important. There's a lot of people out here being drained. We only consensually drain people over here, all right? Goes both ways. All right, attraction, appreciation, love. Whew. I learned what a drain was like 2 years ago. Wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah. Social media made me really concerned about the children, but Reddit made me extremely concerned about the men. Like, so concerned about the men. And as much as I felt like there was like a war on women and war on women, I been seeking and seeking and seeking to understand. And I think there is a war on women, and it's to get to the men. And there is a war on men, but it's to get to the women. And I think that that's the sickest. No, that's not the sickest. I stand corrected. The sickest thing is that those wars are to get to the children. And yeah, all the adults are just wounded girls and boys. And yeah. But if we figure out ourselves and we help ourselves and we stop abandoning ourselves in the name of love, and we start connecting and being there for men and being there for women and being there to strengthen both the masculine and the feminine that is in all of us, then the children stand a chance. You know what I mean? They say if you grew into an adult that would help your inner child, that would help your younger self. Like if you could imagine being there with yourself when you were younger, experiencing those traumas, if you grew into the type of adult that would help that child, if you were present, then you're doing pretty good. No. Hello? Hello? What was that? Well, you would have started barking, I'm sure. Love needs history. Does love need history? I challenge that. I challenge that with, I think love is a state. Because although I don't have a partner, I have love. I am loving. I am love. Strangers that I only saw once at times have loved me. And I got to keep that. I didn't have to give anything for that. I couldn't have never repaid that. It was theirs. I think that when we connect, there's love there. I love you too. Protect your kids, Cheyenne. Never invite another man in your home again. If you feel lonely, just buy another dog. What? Heath. Heath. Look, you sound like one of the voices in my head. Trust me, okay? Trust me. That voice though, I do have to say, that voice is part of the war. Never invite another man in your home again. What about the boys and the girls that were violated by women? By family friends? What about them? That's, men are to be feared, right? That's the thing. Women, we have to walk around looking over our shoulders and being in fear, right? What are we in fear of, But if there was more men that were able to step into their presence, that were able to, we were able to let their boys awaken in their manhood and their masculinity and their protective nature, which is in them, then a man would be very, very important and beneficial and valuable in my home. Especially, let's say men are really scared. There's lots of scary men out there. You're right. So how much more important would be a good man with strong morals? being concerned about the men. Trust me, I'm concerned about the men. I'm concerned about the men, and I'm concerned for the men. And if we can get to them younger, then there will be a lot. There will be a lot men that are feeling, stepping into that energy. So what's on your agenda on the stream today? Are you going to work out, or did you already? I haven't worked out yet. I've been doing light stretching, but I have not really broken into but I haven't broken into working out like that. Trust me, you're gonna know when I start working out. It's gonna show really fast. But you're having a serious combo. I'm joking. Hey, look, I appreciate your jokes all the time. There's a broader understanding of love. It's like conceiving love as a positive force that doesn't need any specific bond to exist, but it can exist by itself, free from bonds, as a positive energy. Yes, I agree. Well, if I make you weaken your morals, that's just for you to recognize where to add some more putty. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just gonna put that putty on. I want to strengthen those morals. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And that's what came to mind when I was excited to hang out with a male friend that was in a relationship that was secure enough to have space for me, but once I was like, oh, that's not the case, and they were like, hey, look, actually we're not going to, I was like, whoa, okay, I wasn't trying to walk into nothing crazy, so I appreciate that, and that was the responsible thing to do. That was the respectful thing to do. That was the thing a leader should do. If there's anything in going down this direction that could lead to temptation that's not good, if I am a temptation, stay away from me. Please do. Or if you have self-control and you can get a little curious, what's the attraction there? What's coming up? What is this telling me about myself? Because really it has nothing to do with me. I am literally just a changing person that will be another person, that it will be for you to be like, my morals. But I would love to get to be the person that's like, not me. I don't care what it looks like or sounds like or feels like. I'm not bending on my morals. Leader, I hardly know her. Okay. Anyways, I was talking about you, because you're the leader. You're a leader. You're the leader of yourself, and if you're in a relationship and you're a man, which I'm not sure, then I don't know. I think it takes a leader to know a leader, and I feel like leaders should stick together and they should choose each other, because if a leader's not present, if a man has to leave the house, I obviously would be capable and excited to do my partner justice and make them proud. No, I wasn't trying to make a throuple. Like I said, I value the masculine and feminine energy both, and I do like and appreciate and value men. I, at some point a couple years ago, was like, you're either a protector, one man is a protector, and every single other man was predators. That's how I felt 2 years ago. That changed. That's growth. I was very like, I've been scorned. I was falling into the trap. Do not fall into the trap. The war on women, if you are a man, the war on women is important, because it's a war on you. And how you combat that war on women is by seeking inside yourself and healing what's wounded in you, whether that's your masculine or your feminine, finding out that wound. And if you're a woman, the war on men, it has to do with you. It's to get to you. It's to disconnect you. Think about that. It's so easy. You break up a household, you get the man out of the house. The woman is then out of the house also trying to fend for the children. The children are then left, not secure, not protected, vulnerable. That's not how we were made to be. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love you guys. I'm gonna finish this on my own because obviously I'm like, yep. So, bye.